Good morning. Happy 6th of July and welcome to your Monday. We'll get to that in just a bit. I'm Jay Clifton Payne, or John Payne, if you know me as that. And I am let's say, a prolific content creator, podcaster, blogger, writer, all those things going out there who's doing a lot of stuff, but not exactly seeing the fame and fortune, the success that I like out of this. And that's what I'm going to sort of do my little plea for you today in this quick message. It's been a while since I had a chance to come into these messages. It's been a while since I've, groomed as well. Been a lot of things going on, even though it seems like it hasn't. We are still in the midst of COVID-19 issues. On top of that, we've had some police policing issues going on, and on top of that, civil rights issues going on. And right now, we have Confederate fighting of the Confederacy going on again for some reason. And so, with all that craziness, all that insanity that we're seeing right now, one thing I want to offer up to all my friends and people who will go through as friends, hopefully, because I believe everyone on the internet can be friends, is a couple of things that are positivity, positive issues that are on positivity and just sort of getting through the day, getting through the week specifically. So if you've used to see me popping up these things right now, you see me pop up and basically promote some of my other projects. One of the larger projects I've been trying to push for the past couple of months was the conversation project. This conversation, the news review podcast and weekly newsletter. Right now, because of situations that are beyond my control and time issues, to be honest, that one's still alive, but it's sort of in a floating flux right now. So you're going to see a lot less of me talking about that, a lot more of me doing other things. But this message right here, which is titled "Let Me Bookmark Your Week," is not so much reviving. One is reviving, but putting some more emphasis on some other things I'm doing that are a little less labor intensive, but hopefully just as satisfying. So we're going to start with today being Monday, and I opened up with the "Welcome to Your Monday" thing. What that is all about is back in 2013, I believe. No, 2011. I'm sorry. In 2011, early in the days of Twitter, some influencer I was following put out this little blurb about something that kind of weird happened to her day, and ended it with "Welcome to Your Monday." And from there, I was inspired to essentially steal that tag and come up with a very quick message that I can put out Twitter size. Back then, still only 140 characters. So it was 140 characters minus the "Welcome to Your Monday" message every single Monday. And it's something that has continued from that 2011 start. September, I believe. I didn't bring the book with me, so I don't have the notes in front of me. So September of 2011, all the way up until now. And in fact, I even have enough of those messages, because they're basically, every time I get a couple of ideas, they go into a big list. And so I have enough of those messages to sustain without adding any more to lists till around this time in 2021. So the project will go at least 10 years, assuming I can take the time to get them posted. That project created 3 books in its regular form, which is basically a year's worth of those tweets, and extended message of that. And of course, grew a podcast, which I have to thank my friend Brian Tannehill for, one, encouraging to continue "Welcome to Your Monday," 2, encouraging to turn them into books, and 3, encouraging the podcast, even though he doesn't particularly like the way the podcast turned out. And I flip-flopped it a couple times, and he kind of went, but encouraged me to actually do it. So, which is, sometimes it's great to have people to encourage you to do things, even if it's not their cup of tea, because they know you get something out of it and other people get out of it. So I'm asking to begin on the front end of your week is to check me out on the Instagrams or the interwebs, however you want to, and look for "Welcome to Your Monday." "Welcome to Your Monday" is found on Facebook. It's found in Twitter, WTM, Welcome to Your WTY Monday. On Facebook, so search for "Welcome to Your Monday." There's also welcometoyourmonday.com, oddly enough. It's a website that at 8:30, or actually, it's a website that every morning, early morning, it posts the message and a link so you can listen to the podcast that goes out every day. Essentially, the message is short, so it's still Twitter size. It can be longer than 140 now, but then the message expansion goes 2 to 5 minutes, just kind of going over a little bit deeper into what the message means. And essentially, since these messages are written well into the future, it's oftentimes I have to go back into the state of mind I was in when I wrote them down and sort of explain what was going on there. Or sometimes I just explain how it comes out relevant now. It's odd that these things are written months ahead of time, years ahead of time in some cases, and then all of a sudden how relevant they are. Good morning, Georgia. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hello. Hopefully you are doing well today, and if hopefully you will check out this project I have, the Welcome to Your Monday project. There'll be notes for everyone to see. I'll put them in the comments a little bit later. We've got a busy day going on. So the bookmarking thing is about basically getting things started and getting things ended for the week. So for a little bit of extra motivation, a little bit of extra inspiration, a little something to kickstart your week on a Monday morning, check out Welcome to Your Monday. If you're following along on Facebook and Twitter, it goes live at 8:35 every Monday. And I don't know why I picked 8:35. It just seemed like the right time to do it. But if you go to the website, welcometoyourmonday.com, you can see that it's basically goes live sometime after midnight Central Time. Same for the actual podcast. If you subscribe to the podcast on whatever podcatcher that you enjoy, it comes out based on when your podcatcher looks for updates. It goes live a little after midnight Central Time, so you can get it very early in the morning if you're an early riser. Or I think the 8:30 time was basically because people were at work and it popped up while they're conscious. So that's what they're. So Welcome to Your Monday. I don't have any examples in front of me, but you can check it out. And you also look for it online at Amazon. I've got 3 books from the Welcome to Your Monday series, and I'm in the process, because it's about content, of reworking those into newer forms of art. It's called art. So the closing of the week, and ironically enough, I took all the bubbles home this weekend because Friday was a day off. So I don't have any bubbles to show you. Otherwise, I'd have, there, I do have a bottle of bubbles. I just have 1 bottle left on my desk. So the closing of the week is for the Bubble Friday. And I've actually went ahead and tried to ramp this thing up. And I want to give thanks to Kimberly Davis, who was not an original part of the Bubble Friday, just saw something that we were doing, and then asked about it a few months back, asked about it a couple times, a few months back. So we're trying to bring it back for what it is. Now, Bubble Friday, I believe I started in 2013, and that was something that was attempted to do at a previous employer radio station where we were just going through this slump. And one of the DJs was just like, I don't know why things are just so down right now. I wish there was something we can kind of do to just bring up spirits, raise people up, get people excited and happy for a bit. And so she said that like on a Wednesday. And on a Wednesday or Thursday, I bought my daughter, we went to the dollar store and she wanted some bubbles. So I bought some bubbles, and she went home and started blowing bubbles in the yard, and I started snapping pictures of her doing bubbles. And the idea literally came just out of that. And so I bought more bubbles. And then on Friday, just bought about cheap bubbles from the dollar store, put them on our in the back porch we have at the place, which is essentially the break area and the smoking area because it's outdoors. And just people started blowing bubbles on Friday. And we took pictures, we sent around a little bit. We had some celebrity guests doing Bubble Friday over times, which I was sworn to secrecy to never allow those pictures to be shown. Some of them are highly hilarious. If you got to see some of the people we had blowing bubbles, some like real celebrities like comedians and actors and politicians. You even have Bugs Bunny, although he was wearing the big head, holding a bubble thing. He was blowing bubbles. So there's one celebrity out of the bag. So Bubble Friday is essentially a cheap and easy and a simple way to blow off some steam and just sort of celebrate getting past the work week. So that's what it is. And so for the past, I think 3 weeks or so, I just basically opened up the bottle, blowing it into the camera. hard to do it by yourself. I don't have a large contingent of people to do it with at the moment, but we also created a new BubbleFriday.com website. Not much there right now. In fact, nothing there right now. But we're going to build that into some place to showcase whatever Bubble Friday will turn into. All I'm asking for Bubble Friday is that you take some time on your Friday. Maybe your Friday's a Thursday. If it's a Saturday, and maybe you're unlike me and you work 7 days a week, so Friday gets kind of mixed in there. But essentially, at the end of the week, take a little time, go to your local thrift store or Walmart or Target, wherever you want to, buy, whatever size pack of bubbles you want to, and just take a little time and blow some bubbles. Blow some bubbles. That's blowing off the steam for the week. It's a very simple and easy way to mark the end of a week. You hit the 5 days through. It seems really silly, but it was a thing back in the day. It was a thing to just sit back and say, we made it through the week. Let's do something to just mark it, and let's blow some bubbles. Silly, but that's what it is. So, like I said, BubbleFriday.com exists, but doesn't exist as very much right now. So we'll try to turn that into something. We'll make it so you can share pictures and do all the great social media things. As I've said earlier in this recording, my attempts at being Mr. Social Media aren't exactly setting the world on fire. So I'm not expecting very much out of these things, but it's more or less a way to kind of keep engaged, keep things going, and do what I can. So I'm asking, this is the beg right now. Sometimes I'm asking for Patreon money, sometimes I'm asking for all this. There's two things. So bear with me. Look for my Welcome to Your Monday post and podcast, which comes out every Monday, and blow some bubbles on Friday. Join in with me as I try to bookend your week. So we're going to start off with something that's motivational, that's positive. Sometimes it's really is labeled as kicking the butt motivation to start your week. Sometimes it is something that makes you just sort of think about where you are, which is apropos for where we are right now, because there's a lot of things going on that aren't necessarily bad, but are kind of, watershed moments, way too many watershed moments for many of us to deal with right now, which usually means floods. But there's so many things right now where history is calling for us to be mindful of what we do next and where we're going and what we want to offer up to the children and the generations coming up. And to be honest, some people who are on the tail end, on the decline, we should say, aren't being very generous in allowing the futures to have a future. So some people are holding on to things as in power, as in possessions, as in the things because of fear of not having it, but not thinking about what's the future people need. And they need to have the freedoms to do what needs to be done. I don't think that's all that revolutionary. It's just a matter of time. It's more evolutionary. As things go on, things get different, things change, things should be better. And in most cases, things are better, but there's a lot of thinking and a lot of things hidden behind closed doors that honestly, they should be hidden behind closed doors, but there is a time for the dialogue and what should be out there in the open. There's always going to be scary things, scary people, and somebody out to get folks, but the people out to get those folks and why, the why's changed. So we need to know why the people are out to get certain people, why people are holding on to things that just don't seem to make any sense. But enough of that for right now. That's a talk for another time when I'm actually composed and have real notes. Right now, I'm pleading to allow me to be a part of your week as an open camera and a close. That's weird. So welcome to your Monday. It is 7:45 Central Time. In about 50 minutes on Facebook and Twitter, you'll see the Welcome to Your Monday messages. Look for Welcome to Your Monday on Facebook at Welcome to Your Monday. On Twitter, look for WTY Monday. I will post it on my feeds sometime after it goes live there. Or you can look for welcometoyourmonday.com and look at it right now. On Friday, we don't have any real structure for Bubble Friday. Just pull out your phone, snap a picture, blowing some bubbles, and share them with the Bubble Friday hashtag. We'll work on something a bit more organized coming up. Georgia, hopefully you will have plenty of bubbles, and we'll share some Bubble Friday love with your chess kids. That's a great thing you got going on with the chess club. My daughter right now busy with reading club, and that's a whole nother issue of getting through stuff through with her. But you know, absolutely loves being a part of the chess club. And we'll get her back and focus on that very, very soon. Anybody else who popped in on this thing on the live, thank you so much for eyeballing this thing while it's in your feed, and let me know. Give me suggestions, give me feedback. I take them all, good, bad, whatever. Anybody seen us in the future? Thank you from the future. Hopefully the future is pretty cool. Flying cars would be nice to know about. Let me know, but give me some feedback as well, and let me bookmark your week. Jump into the Welcome to Your Monday stuff, or jump into the Bubble Friday stuff. Let me know. Anything else, any other project that you think I need to bring back? Trust me, people yell at me all the time, and I do my best to put them out there. These are two that are fairly simple to do, although, believe it or not, it's hard to really get the fact of how hard it is sometimes just to stop and blow some bubbles in the camera on a Friday. And taking pictures of yourself blowing bubbles is not exactly as easy as one would think, but it's some of these Fridays have been kind of hectic. But find some time, bigger lesson, find some time to chill out, relax, decompress, enjoy, and something as simple as taking out a bottle of bubbles and blowing them, because it makes you feel like a kid, can help out. That's all I got this morning. Very busy COVID-19 battling morning coming up, so that's what I got going on. A quick message from Cheryl. Give Christina my love. I definitely will. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Thank you for popping in and watching this live as well. For anybody else, thank you so much for being supported. And as I say often, you know, congratulations for making it here, because some people didn't get that choice to wake up this morning. Some people didn't have the actual energy, if they got up, to get up, get out of bed, and move forward. So you're already way ahead of the scale, way ahead of the project, way ahead of the world, just by literally waking up and watching a video. But it's more than waking up and watching a video. It's waking up and engaging in the world. The world needs you to do whatever it is that you do for it. Sometimes even the not so nice things we do for it, because sometimes people need a foil to overcome, a villain to beat. And so some days you are the villain, and some days you are the hero, but you're always a hero of your own story. So make your story a good one, or at least an entertaining one. Thank you so much, and I will see you with hopefully more of these as time permits. Although if time doesn't permit, that means I'm doing something that's hopefully kind of important. Love all y'all, and we'll have more of these things. And don't forget, Welcome to Your Monday coming up at 8:35, and of course, Bubble Friday anytime you want to, come Friday.